Taurus, I'm Christy. You're watching Tiny Turtle Tarot and this is your reading for the week ahead. As always, if anything I say resonates or you feel it will in the future, because obviously it hasn't happened yet, please let me know by liking and subscribing. Let's get on with your reading. What is happening for the beautiful Taurus this week? Firstly, you have the Five of Cups coming out. Don't know if that's focused, deal with it. If it's not, sorry. Then you have Justice. Ooh, okay. Whew. Heavy energy. Then you have the Two of Cups and the Six of Swords. So, very interesting. I want to say something about perfectionism is coming through, which is strange because usually the Three of Pentacles would be here with that. But anyways, I'll talk you through these cards first and then clarify it and get more out of them. Five of Cups, there's something where you're disappointed in something not moving forward, something not progressing as quickly as you want or as easily as you thought it would, whether that's in your work life, your home life, your love life. There's, with the Justice card, being balance and harmony and contracts signed sometimes, but basically things are going to be finding themselves in a much more you'll feel like, oh, everything makes sense now, is the energy I'm getting with this. Oh, everything makes sense now because this disappointment you've gone through, some of you this is grief also, but it's like, oh, I had to have that in order to get this, right? You can't have, oh, that's so cringe. I was going to say you can't have rainbows without a little bit of rain. And there you go. I know it's cringy, but it's true, okay? Can't have rainbows without rain, and this Five of Cups is that disappointment, and this Justice is the rainbow at the end of it. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. Something's balancing out in a major way. This is minor arcana, so this is minor disappointment, minor grief. You're grieving the loss of maybe a job, or the loss of what could have been. If this is about a relationship, you're grieving your potential of what could have been between you and someone. I don't know, but it's minor, it's not huge, it's not like, don't panic when I say grief. You can grieve a lot of different things and have to let go of a lot of things. But with the Justice card right next to that, this is major justice. So you have a big balancing out happening, and it's just like, this is the final straw. This is the final straw of almost like a run of bad luck or a run of disappointments you've been on. It says minor, but then for us to balance out major and minor, there's a collective of minor things you've been experienced over the past weeks or months, and then this Justice is major balancing out finally occurring in your life, of good coming in, of the positive, of, oh, I'm actually glad that happened because it's brought me to this place today, to be with these people, to experience this, this, and this. And I wouldn't take any of it back for the world. Like, there's just a huge sense of you winning, of you being like, yep, you gotta have the good and the bad. Yep, I wouldn't change a thing. So that's coming in for you. I feel like if you're watching this like, nope, don't know what you're talking about, it's because it's not happened. Like, this Justice is about to happen. Justice is coming. And you have the Six of Swords right next to this. So Six of Swords is usually, this says science for some reason. But Six of Swords is moving into ease, moving out of a stormy place, moving out of something about practicality. Now, I was getting perfectionism before, now I'm getting practicality. You are analytical or something, and you wanted to be very, very practical with the way you planned your life or the way you saw your life happening. There's something where you've recently let go of that and you've gone, well, the more I tried to control my life, the more I tried to plan, the more I tried to figure out, in this many years I'm going to be married, in this many years I'm going to buy a house, I'm going to have kids. It's like, once you're now, or have recently let go of that practicalities of finding the perfect way of doing things in the perfect amount of time, things are actually moving forward very easily, very smoothly, and very quickly once you stop kind of planning everything so like down to the last minute. of like, oh, I have to have a deadline, I want to get this much done by this day, for some reason that isn't working for you. There's a science behind it, or there's a method to your madness, and the method might work if you were a robot, right? If you were programming a robot to do something for you, and you're like, you're gonna wash the dishes for me, and you're gonna have them all washed, and it's gonna take you 10 minutes at this speed, and you know what I mean? If you're not a robot though. So whatever this is about, in your career progressing, in your love life progressing, in your money, you're not a robot, so you can't plan and expect so much of yourself in a certain amount of time, even though the science and maybe the math is mathing and it's working out that you could, like, technically you could make this amount of money this year if you have 3 jobs and you're working yourself to the wire and you're doing this and this. But it's like, you're not a robot, even though like technically you could do that. It's like, remember, you're not a robot. You have feelings, you have a life to live, and you have emotions, and there's more to it than just technically you are able to do something, and now you're letting go of like the technicals and the like living the perfect robotic life, and you're starting to just do what you can when you can. You're making the most out of each moment without planning, without calculating, oh, I should be doing this and this, and this will move like me forward this far. You're almost psyching yourself out because you're making something hard work. You're making even things you enjoy doing difficult by planning out and seeing just how far they can take you if you were to work yourself to the bone, and then you're disappointed when you don't work yourself to the bone. And I just feel like there's this ease coming in now of balance, of you expecting less of yourself and just being in the world and doing what you can and doing your best, whilst remembering you're human, not a robot. And the beautiful thing is you then have the Two of Cups, and this says love. Sometimes the Two of Cups can be a soulmate that isn't necessarily romantic, but for this reason, like, this one just looks lovey, and it says love at the top. So there is love coming in for you if you're single, but it's right when you stop seeing yourself as a robot. And I keep getting that come through. You are so much more than a certain amount of success you want to reach. A number, there's something about numbers being significant for you. Like, you wanted to reach a number in your bank account, you wanted to reach a number on a scale, you wanted to, whatever it may be. And there's something here when you release that and just go, I'm going to get to where I'm going when I get there, and I'm going to be patient with myself, and everything's going to find its balance. Then you have love coming in when you're not. When you're treating yourself as a real person rather than, it's like with friends and family, you may be very like, you see them as real people and you see them as human, and you don't expect them to like work themselves and burn the candle at both ends. You don't expect them to do that because they're human and they have lives and they have feelings and they have hearts. And there's something where nobody around you would you expect them to work as hard as you expect yourself to work in all areas. You're like just wanting to see improvement constantly out of yourself, until recently, or until this week, where you're just like, actually, what if I gave myself the compassion and the patience that I expect out of everyone else, because I am human. Clarify the Five of Cups. You have the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Wands. 7 could be significant for you. Born on the 7th, I'm not sure. You have Seven of Swords is like uncertainty. Somebody's uncertain about what you're up to. Seven of Wands, I feel like it's out of a place of you defending or protecting what you're doing. Say you're an artist, you're wanting to create the most authentic work that comes from your soul, and you're wanting to get that out of you before you have eyes questioning what you're up to, because it's almost like if you receive feedback from others halfway before you've finished your masterpiece, it's going to change the process and it's going to change what it becomes. And if that's what you want, then great. But I feel as if you're trying to protect your original ideas, your original things now, because I feel in the past you're disappointed for letting other people influence what you were doing with your life, what you were creating for yourself. So now you're making moves in silence. You're moving in silence, and then like protecting your ideas, protecting your inspirations, protecting your reasons for doing things. It's like nobody's business but your own. And I really like it because, again, I feel like in the past you may have known something was no one else's business, but then you kind of politely felt, oh, they're asking about what I'm up to, or they're wanting to see, and they're curious, and they're completely kind, and I can't say no. And there's like a boundary you're placing now where you're like, actually I can say no. I can communicate very nicely that, you know, they'll see what I'm working on when it's ready to be seen. I feel like there's this huge, you're standing up for yourself and your creative process, and if it's not about something creative, it could also be a relationship that's brewing, and it could be a situation of like friends or family being like, can we meet him, or can we meet her? And there's something where you're trying to protect it because you're like, actually, let it just simmer for a second. And in the past you may have not wanted to say no, and now I feel like you're like comfortably saying not yet, not yet. Clarify the Justice card. You have the Three of Wands. This isn't a matter of if, it's a matter of when, and I really felt that already. Justice, I said, is balance coming in. It's major balance, things being balanced out in your life. You've been done a bit dirty this year or something. Things have felt a bit off. You felt a lot like you were lacking, or you were waiting for the good to come. The good's now coming in. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, and I feel like it's sometime this week. It's gonna happen. I just don't know when. I don't know when this week, but it's happening this week, where you're gonna go, I'm on a luck spree now. You felt like you're on a bad luck spree, now you have the good luck coming in. I love it the Wheel of Fortune came out. Clarify the Six of Swords. You have Temperance. That's balance. Again, you've got lots of cards of balance. Harmony. You may have gone from a very fiery place of like wanting to get crap done. Wanting to see, like, again, like something about like a workaholic or something. You wanted to see things move forward in your life in every direction. And with the Six of Swords being moving forward, the moving forward is happening when you're not putting so much pressure on yourself to be perfect. You have the Seven of Pentacles. So you've got 3 sevens. You're missing the Seven of Cups, which is good, because that's like my least favourite 7. If you're new to tarot, if you get 3 of a suit, it's very good to look at the one that's missing, because it can tell you a lot more sometimes what's missing from your life. And 7 of Cups is daydreaming. 7 of Cups would be daydreaming or procrastinating or being very like airy, away with the fairies. Not this week. You're in the real world. You're not daydreaming at all. If you're usually like that, not this week. And it very much feels like I said, you're wanting to see and you're wanting to be very productive all the time as much as possible. So it makes sense that you're not procrastinating, because you're working yourself very hard. 7 of Pentacles being patience though. And the 2 of Cups. 6 of Swords, ease, and like things moving very calmly, very easily. Right? Of you not expecting yourself to be perfect and not expecting anybody else to be perfect. Something is patiently, slowly but surely progressing forwards. A connection. Could be a marriage you're already in, but you've been wanting more love in it. You've been wanting more emotional depth. Excuse me. You've been wanting more emotional depth within your relationship in some way, if you're in a relationship. And you're patiently, slowly but surely going to see that happen, because you're not in a rush to get to it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't, there's no way, if you and your partner were quite closed off and you had lots of walls built up for some reason, you couldn't just say to your partner, open up to me, let's get more emotional, let's get more deep, and they go, all right. It's never going to work like that. There's going to be resistance to that, of you wanting it and then being like, why? You know. And there's something here where you and someone else instead are going to very patiently start to progress, of slowly easing in to seeing each other and understanding each other on a deeper level, without pushing each other, without scaring each other off. And that's obviously going to resonate a lot more, I feel, for you singles that are getting to know someone. But it's very much slow and steady wins the race, of let's not rush it. We've got our whole lives ahead of us. Why are we, you know, I don't know why I just got trauma dumping come through. It's like, why trauma dump? Why don't we just slowly ease into it? It's not like you're talking about the weather. It's not like you're talking about boring stuff. It's like you're just slowly letting yourselves get to know each other and discover each other as the time plays out, rather than forcing, you know, 100 questions. You know, when people have like a list of things they want to know about you. This, and this, and it almost feels like a test. And you don't want to say the wrong thing, and you want to, and vice versa, right? And this is the opposite of having a list of questions. It's almost like there's no right and wrong. It's just wanting to understand and learn each other more. It feels very patient, it feels very kind, and it feels very lovely, because love is patient and love is kind. So I love this match. I love whoever you're with or about to come into connection with, because it's very much mutual and very much patient and beautiful. I'm going to wrap this up here. Thank you so much for watching. If anything I said resonated, or you feel it will in the future, because obviously it hasn't happened yet, please let me know by liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next Tuesday for Tiny Told Harry Tuesdays.